Brett McMurphy talking with Collin Wilson on 3 Sports, projecting 7 teams potentially being favorite in every one of their games this year in college football. So we're going to ask our expert, Utah first.
I did not think you would say that.
Well, I'm going with the most outlandish, and we'll get to the more named
Morgan
brands.
Scalley, year 1.
Utah, possibility of being favored in all 12 of their regular season games. LT, give me your thoughts.
Looking on the surface, their first road game is in Ames. Iowa State completely rebuilding, including their head coach, so definitely favored. At TCU and at Arizona are possibilities of being dogs. But on the surface right now, I would think that Utah is probably favored in all 12 of their regular season games.
Same league, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, let's see.
Clearly they do not play Utah in the regular
they
season.
do
That
not.
helps.
Their out-of-conference is an absolute joke. Abilene Christian, Oregon State, Sam Houston State.
You think they'll be favored in all those?
I think so, Brown. They go to Baylor late in the year. If Oklahoma State is a massive turnaround with Eric Morris, they go there in November. So those are possibilities. But, yes, I will say that they are going to be favored in every game.
So 2 yeses so far. More confident in Texas Tech than
More
Utah.
confident in Texas Tech, yeah.
Okay. We'll do it that way, too. In the Big Ten, we'll leave the big ones to the end here. Penn State.
Boy, I will tell you, in year 1, under Matt Campbell, if they were to be favored in every game, that would be pretty amazing. No, I don't think so, because they go to Michigan. I mean, that game, they host USC. They're probably a slight favorite there. At Michigan, I think they're going to be a slight dog, and at Washington, I think they're dogs in 2 games.
Okay, so Penn State's a no there.
Yeah, I would be shocked if they're favored in every game.
In the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia Bulldogs, I mean, this is not far-fetched considering they seem to be favored in every game. It's almost like
the first thing I know right now is Georgia plays at Alabama.
Yeah, they won't be favored in that game.
Oh, they will not?
No. I mean, they're on the road and the trouble they've had with that brand, or at least Kirby has.
Still early in the year, right?
Well, it's week 2 in October 10th at Alabama. So
things have gone bad if Alabama's not the favorite.
Well,
right. Yeah, I would agree with
that.
that.
When you look at Alabama's schedule leading up to that, it is East Carolina at Kentucky, FSU at home, South Carolina home at State. If Alabama has lost one of those games.
Yeah, Alabama's favored in that game.
I cannot imagine the conversation around that program.
I mean,
if they've lost
look, would I be shocked if Georgia's a short 1-2 point favorite? No. But right now, I think Alabama will probably be a 2 to 3 point favorite.
Well, if he says Georgia, he can't say Alabama. Yeah. But can Alabama be favored in all theirs if they're favored against Georgia?
Did they bring up Alabama?
Well, no,
they did not.
He said Georgia.
Trying to jump ahead, but no, there's no Alabama. I'm just going through this list first.
I know, but I mean, I thought this was
so we'll come back
like
to
a place to talk about it, but we could come back to it.
Yeah, no, good place right now. Is Alabama they're not on the list.
Alabama at Tennessee and at LSU, no. Alabama will not be favored in all their games.
Okay, so they got some underdogs. Yep. Notre Dame is on this list from Brett McMurphy and Collin Wilson. Notre Dame favored in every one of their games.
Yeah, I was looking at Notre Dame earlier at their schedule, and I think Notre Dame will be favored in every game. I mean, their possibilities of not being favored at BYU would be the only one.
Is the only one.
Yeah.
So that may be the strongest one so far, right? More than Texas Tech.
I probably would have Notre Dame at 1 right now.
Notre Dame, Texas Tech, Utah, and then 2 no's with Penn State and Georgia.
Yep.
Now to the Big Ten one, Ohio State and Indiana play each other.
Yep.
So their point is
in Bloomington,
whoever's favored in that game has a chance to be favored in all their games. So Ohio State or Indiana, whoever's the favorite in that game has a chance to be favored in all their games.
It's going to be so interesting because Ohio State is never a dog in the Big Ten. But you go back and now you look at history, at least our short window of history with Indiana and Kurt Cignetti. They beat Ohio State this past year. They won the national championship. They were undefeated. And when you look at the schedule leading up to Ohio State, they're probably going to dust most of the people they play. I would lean that Indiana is going to be favored. Now, the interesting thing is they've still got to go to Michigan and Washington, but I still think Indiana more than likely will be favored in all their games.
And if Ohio State ends up being favored in the Indiana game on the road,
they'll be favored in all their games. Yeah, but one of those two will be.
And then one other name that is weird on here, Collin Wilson points out with Brett McMurphy on 3 Sports, is North Dakota State as
The Bison.
they make the move up to play in the Mountain West Conference. They say if you look at it, that North Dakota State, according to Collin Wilson, will be favored in all their games this year.
I'm going to assume some of this schedule. Well, I don't even have their full schedule here.
Well, there'll be Mountain West games.
Well, I know that, but what's their I don't have their out of conference is what I'm saying. I don't know that their out of conference is set. But their Mountain West games are at Air Force, at Hawaii, at New Mexico, host Nevada, NIU, UTEP, Wyoming, and at UNLV.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, like at UNLV, they're not going to be favored.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, but for the other Mountain West teams, I haven't done a deep dive. I don't know what those rosters look like coming back, but UNLV is going to be pretty good.
So I just thought it was weird to see North Dakota
Agreed.
State in that mix there.
Yeah, if I had to, life online, one team to be favored in every game, it would be Notre Dame, and then number 2 would be Texas Tech.
Yeah, and then no on Alabama. Is there another SEC that you think could be? Texas, I guess, would be the first one you need to look at.
Texas, looking at Texas, they
have Ohio State at home, first off.
They'll be favored in that game. Should be. They got to go to Tennessee. They got to go to LSU, at LSU and A&M. Yeah, I mean, unless they're just dominant. If they're dominant early, there's a good chance they're favored in all those games. But, man, you got some – those are some tough late November road games in Baton Rouge and College Station.
Is LSU a dog at Ole Miss? Is that where they – get an underdog?
Yeah, it's early on, right?
I think they're
week 3.
Well, I mean, let's see how this Trinidad Chambliss thing plays out. But if Chambliss plays, I still would list LSU as a short favorite, like 1 or 2.
Well, then where are they going to be a dog? Because you said against Alabama.
LSU?
Yeah, you said against Alabama they might be a favorite.
Might be.
Might be. I mean.
Tuscaloosa this year, right?
So, yeah. No, that's in
It's in Baton Rouge. Yeah.
So they've got Clemson. They'll be favored there. At Ole Miss, I think they'll be a short favorite. At Auburn, they'll be a favorite. Lebanon and Texas at home.
I mean, that's a toss-up. You just don't know.
And then at Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, they could be favored in every game.
Interesting.
If Leavitt comes out of the gate and, they take care of Ole Miss and Texas A&M and they look, really good doing it, they're probably at that point a top 10 team, and I could see them favored in every game moving forward.
Favored in every game. It's a short list, though, usually. Short list. Brett McMurphy on 3 Sports if you want to go read the whole story and their explanations on their thoughts of all that, but you got it right from LT. By the way, 21 programs played to 100% capacity last year, according to what's turned into the NCAA, so I assume these are your ticket sales.
Half SEC?
Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Texas, and Florida all had 100-plus percentage, so more than 100%. Add to that list Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, and Tennessee all were 100% capacity.
That's half. That's 10.
LSU was at 99.3%.
Sell another couple of tickets.
Yeah, really. How do you the 0.7?
Or fudge the numbers,
yeah,
right?
Really.
Surprising to me, Vandy was at 86%.
Of capacity for their season? I mean.
Yeah, but what was capacity with the cranes and everything flying around?
That's true, yeah. Bigger capacity than it's ever been.
And then Missouri didn't make it. And then no surprises on the other one with Kentucky, Arkansas, and Mississippi State. But surprising Missouri wasn't in the conversation.
Based on, from my memory, their home schedule last year was really good, wasn't it?
Well, I remember seeing Alabama play up there. Now, that was a packed house.
Yep.
That was still early in the season where there was playoff hope.
So I just thought that was interesting, too.